said Kennesaw reminds me a lot of Oregon State. You see some similarities there too?
Yeah, I think so. They look like a really good defensive, kind of scrappy team. Like Oregon State had, I think, 107 digs against us, which was insane. So we're expecting them to play really hard, just fight a lot. So we're excited.
Did a mentality change at all when you're really now in a win or else situation?
I think so. I mean, you try to have that mentality the whole time, kind of like force that fight or flight kind of thing, like just play really hard. But now that it's the end of the season, it's just naturally there, and we're going to fight really hard every single game.
What about playing somebody you haven't seen versus 3 months of for pretty familiar foes?
Right. That always adds a little bit more of a challenge, some new faces, a little bit of a different game. But I think it's exciting as well. You get to come in and play maybe a little bit of a different style. But we started scouting them today, and really practicing what we're going to see against them, so we're excited.
What are the emotions like for you and some of the other seniors? Maybe you talked about it with them, just knowing this is your last NCAA tournament.
I mean, it's pretty crazy knowing it's coming down to the end, but I try not to focus too much on that, but just, really thinking about all the work I've put in and the experience I have and just going out as hard as I can.
Have you seen the energy level or the mentality of the team rise since the win over Oregon State?
I think so. I think, that was a confidence builder and just fun to go in their house and win in 5, and it being the Civil War. So I think that's just, builds the confidence and helps us, play a little bit harder.
What's the advantage of having a lot of players who've been in the tournament before? Is it a difference?
I think that's an advantage, yeah, because you've been there before, kind of know what it's like. You're not going in blind. You have a little bit of experience, and I think that definitely helps, yeah.
What about going to places? Do you find play, I guess, again, the early game at somebody else's home gym? Is there much atmosphere early like that? Or
you mean like fans and stuff?
Yeah,
in there? I think it's hard because when you play two teams that aren't from there play each other, you may not get as many people there, but I don't think that's really going to affect us. Like you said, we've been in a tournament like that before. We know it's not necessarily going to be an atmosphere like when you play at home or at someone else's home. It might be a little bit different, but we're still just ready to go in and work hard.
What do you see as the biggest challenge going into this weekend?
I think just carrying over everything we've really been working on, because we're a great team and we have a lot of talent, and I think we just really need to hone in on the skills we've been working on and really put it into play everything that we've been challenging ourselves to do.
How do you plan on doing that?
Just really mentally focusing, because physically I think we're there. We just need to really stay focused from point one to the end of the match. So I think it's a lot of mental focus.
Coach said he thought some things clicked for some people in Corvallis that he'd been kind of waiting on for a while. Do you have a sense that'll get carried over, and what in general do you think he was referring to?
I think just individually, a lot of different things we've been working on all year, saying do this, do that, and then you hear it all the time, and maybe you try a few times, but now it's really clicking, like you said. And I have a good feeling that it is going to carry over, because I feel this sense of urgency among all of my teammates, and just the mental focus is really good right now. So I do think that it'll have a good carryover.
How have you been able to help Jolie since she's transitioned over to playing on the right side?
Yeah, we actually haven't talked about it a lot now that you mention it, but she's a very versatile player and very smart volleyball player. So I feel like the way I can help her most is just being a good teammate, and I don't necessarily need to talk to her a lot because I trust her and her mental ability to play this game. So I think she's been doing a great job. She's an awesome teammate, and we've just been supporting each other in that way.